on The Healing Process every Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Rev-Up St. Lucia 95.9 FM. That's The Healing Process, Thursdays, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Rev-Up St. Lucia 95.9 FM. Let the healing process begin.
This is The Healing Process coming your way today, folks. When it comes to dealing with the challenges, the changes and crises of life, it is important to seek help early. Don't sit around sucking your thumb until that chassis is on the road. The earlier you seek help, the shorter and easier it will be because there will be less of a mess to deal with. Contrary to popular notion, counseling is not just for crazy people. It's for anyone who can benefit from an outside objective expert perspective to help them enjoy their little lives to the fullest. I am Dr. Phil.
And I am Claire. Good morning, listeners and viewers, starting right here in St. Lucia, the diaspora and the globe. It may be good morning, good afternoon, or good evening in your part of the world. So we welcome you, and we are so grateful, dear listener and viewer, that you chose to join us today for another episode of The Healing Process. And we know that in our own way, somehow, all of us need some healing.
That's right.
We do, on this journey of life. We hope we can touch your life in a meaningful way. Our goal is simple: to equip you with the tools, truth, and encouragement you need to live your life to the fullest.
That little life, this little life of mine, this little life of yours, this little life of Kina.
Yes. And speaking about enjoying life to the fullest, we want you to enjoy your life to the fullest. And we are happy that you have joined us today as we continue our journey on the road to successful assertiveness. Don't just know about being assertive. Tell yourself, I want to be that assertive person, and work towards it. Remember that assertiveness, it's not about being loud. It's about being clear, not me. Clear.
It's not about having lots of money. It's not about being rich.
Yes.
It's not about being poor.
It's not about winning every argument. It's about refusing to lose yourself.
That's right.
If you've spent years being silent, guess what? Today is the day to speak. If you've been overlooked, today is the day to stand tall.
That's right.
Because you are important. Assertiveness demands courage. But courage without action is just a dream. You can say you have courage and you're not doing anything about it. It's just a dream. Stop apologizing for existing.
There we go.
Speak your truth with respect, but speak it anyway. Because the world doesn't change when you whisper, okay? It changes when you decide your voice matters. Did you get that? So never forget that assertiveness is a choice. Every day you get to decide whether to shrink or to stand. It's about respect and clarity. And they do go hand in hand, right, Phil?
That's right.
Respect and clarity. Assertiveness is not aggression.
Not at all.
We've explained that. It's dignity in action. You can challenge yourself. If speaking up feels uncomfortable for you, that's the sign you're growing. That's the sign that you're growing into becoming assertive.
Yes, it's a good
platform.
progress. Yeah, good platform to launch from.
If you're speaking up and it feels uncomfortable, that's the sign.
Because initially, especially if you're coming from passivity,
yes,
it will feel uncomfortable and you'll make a few blunders.
Along the way.
You'll get there as long as you're determined.
Mm-hmm. And never forget that your voice matters. Silence may feel safe for the moment. Yeah? You feel, okay, I'll keep silent, I'll keep everything to myself. But it keeps you invisible. Nobody knows what you think. Nobody knows what's going on in that head of yours. You never express yourself. So you're just silent.
And if you're listening to this program, you have some terms of reference. Clarissa is saying to us, I was there. I was passive, communicating in passive mode. And now I'm able to stand up for what I believe. People don't have to agree with me. I don't have to be right on that particular subject. It may need more research, but I have my say.
Yes.
I can apologize when I have to, but not excessively. Not apologize over and over again for the same thing.
Yes.
So if you're learning and something is saying to you, boy, will I ever make it? Just say, Clarissa got there, I can too. Dr. Phil got there, I can too.
And it's available to you as well.
Yes.
Whatever process I went through, that process is available to you. It's called the healing process.
There we go.
So to our listeners and viewers, I'm going to ask you a question. You don't have to answer it now. Maybe if you call, you can choose to answer. Can you think of one situation this past week? Because we've been speaking about the journey to becoming an assertive person. So can you think of one situation this past week where you chose to be assertive instead of being passive-aggressive, or aggressive? Maybe you can share with us later when we open the lines. Now, Phil, I have a question for you. Do you mind?
This is being passive.
This is being passive.
Yeah.
Phil, I have a question for you. This is being assertive.
All right.
What type of world would it be if everyone were assertive?
Now, if I was passive, I would ask, why me? If I'm assertive, I will, and I don't know the answer, I should say, I don't know the answer. But if everyone was assertive, for sure we would have a world filled with little Jesuses. All right? Because he is the one from where this mode of communication stemmed from. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Yes.
And this social construct didn't come from the helping community. It came from our Lord. Well, when we speak
Thousands
about
of years ago.
a social construct, a community deciding these words, these phrases, statements, idioms, these are the meanings we are going to accept. And that can change. But the reality, the existential issue does not change. A dog, we call a certain animal a dog. The social construct can change, but the animal remains the same. We can call it a pill if we want, if we agree, as long as we are communicating on the same level. So, yes, if everyone was assertive, for sure, there would be healthier communication. But from a biblical perspective, it would not belong to planet Earth anymore. Everyone perfect, communicating perfectly. No, that's not for planet Earth. We can only go for it, and it makes life exciting. We can teach, we can learn, we can grow. But just imagine everyone, healthier communication, people would say what they mean directly, reducing misunderstanding and hidden resentment. We'd be saying what we mean.
Sounds like a wonderful bubble to be in.
Yes, we'll be saying what we mean and meaning what we say.
Yes.
We would have fairer relationships, more honest relationships. Boundaries would be, or boundaries that should be, would be respected. No one would feel pressured into silence, especially around the meeting table. I hear you had a meeting yesterday, Tina. Were you pressured? Did you make your contribution?
I'm never ever pressured.
Okay.
Yes,
And you made your contribution.
Oh, yeah.
So there we go. And we would have greater confidence. Individuals would feel empowered to express themselves, leading to stronger self-esteem, and that would reduce on anxiety.
Yes, definitely.
And when we reduce on anxiety, which is that state of uneasiness, it is better for our health. We would have balanced power dynamics. Leaders, employees, families, all would interact with clarity, making collaboration smoother. You'd find the politicians would be able to communicate more freely with the people with them. They would be more honest. What they say is what they mean, instead of shady words. It would definitely be a better place for us. Less passive aggression. That is, hidden frustrations would be replaced by open dialogue, preventing toxic or labile or unhealthy buildup. Again, here comes the but. But it would not be void of challenges. It's like asking, what if everyone was rich? I remember some time ago, a lady came to see me, and while she was there, she said, but why didn't God just make everybody rich? I said to her, just think about it for a moment. Everything would lose its value. Everyone would be poor. Gold would be useless. The place would be a very filthy place to live in, because no one would want to clean, because everyone cannot be rich, because the money would lose its value.
And
so
Jesus
it's like,
told us that we will always have the poor with us.
That's right.
Always.
To give dynamics to what's going on planet
So giving
Earth.
us the opportunity to be kind and to give.
People to work instead of lying around being lazy. So hence the reason we cannot be God. He alone can manage his planet. So if everyone was rich, everyone would be poor. If everyone was assertive, we should be in heaven. If everyone spoke up, people would need to compromise often. You okay? I'm okay. Isn't that the hallmark of assertiveness?
Yes.
It doesn't mean that if you're hungry, I will not do like the passive person and give you all my bread. I will give you maybe half and take half for myself. So if everyone speaks up at the same time, it could slow down decisions, because there are too many voices to sort through.
Yes, because everybody wants to be heard. Okay, I'm assertive. Kina is assertive. Phil is assertive. Everybody wants to be heard, and we have to sort out which decisions we're going to go with.
But here again, when we put the reality of assertiveness on the table, assertive people would not find themselves in a salad of conversation. They would give each other the time to speak. So if everyone was assertive, we would not have an argument around the table. We would not have a quarrel. We would have people giving each other their time.
But the process sorting out, okay, which one do we entertain? Which idea do we go with?
What would happen is, if we're sitting at a meeting and you're assertive, Kina is assertive, I'm assertive, like we are right now, we listen, because that would be the hallmark of assertiveness. We would learn to speak our mind, but to listen to the other person's perspective. So it would, as long as we say assertiveness, you okay, I'm okay, if we start to speak together, three assertive individuals, one will say, okay, you started first, go ahead. All right. So in some cultures, people are expected to stay quiet or show respect, but not speak up. If anyone suddenly became assertive, it could feel uncomfortable or even disruptive to those traditions. So here again, the social constructs of one environment may not be that of another.
That's true.
But here again, remember, the philosophy behind it is, you okay, I'm okay. Love your neighbor as yourself. So if I'm going to Japan, for that matter, and being aware of their social dynamics, I, as an assertive person, desiring to be okay in a foreign environment and desiring not to offend or infringe on the rights of the individuals to their culture or their cultural practices, I, as an assertive person, would explore that first. I'd go on the net and learn about their culture, and I would quickly adapt as far as I could. I hope we get that, Kina.
Yep, most definitely.
So when you go and marry a Japanese
Or Chinese.
or Chinese, you would do well to
Korean.
learn, even though you're assertive, learn their cultural habits, okay?
Okay.
Now, in some cultures, people are expected to stay quiet, as we said, or show respect by not speaking up. If everyone suddenly became assertive, it could feel uncomfortable. Or what that should be, what the writer should have said is, if everyone decide to behave in an assertive manner or respond in an assertive manner, because if everyone decided to become assertive, we cannot decide to become assertive suddenly. We can decide to approach the subject matter, the situation, assertively. I guess that's what the writer wanted to project. So,
Well, the cultural norms that exist, it would not even be it would not exist
There we
because
go.
everybody is assertive. But now you have the women; they don't have the opportunities that the males have. So I guess that's what the writer was saying. It would feel uncomfortable in those cultures if that were to happen. And it may disrupt their traditions because they have traditions. But then again, if they were assertive, they wouldn't have these traditions.
I guess what you're saying is, for example, I can use the Japanese, are more familiar with some of their cultural behavioral patterns. It's considered to be poor etiquette or bad manners to stare. And yet, when we are training a passive person to be assertive,
Eye contact.
Yeah, eye contact. I can remember there was a young lady. She would fold up. It's sitting in the chair. She wouldn't look up, and I would tell her, "Look at me. Look at Dr. Phil. You're an important person." And I now, knowing that she was uncomfortable with a strong stare, I would throw my gaze away from her now and then, not just stare down. So assertiveness is not something that you just throw out all of a sudden and people just become assertive. You can put assertiveness into practice in different ways depending on the environment where you are. So if I'm
It takes practice.
Yes, if I'm assertive in a culture that is uncomfortable with staring, then I adapt because I want them to be okay. I want to be okay.
That's right.
All right. So assertiveness, here we go. In summing up, assertiveness takes practice. Without kindness and empathy, a sweet word, seeing it through the eyes of another person. Isn't that a sweet word, Kina? Let's take a look at things at life through the eyes of another individual. Instead of just looking at the world through our lenses alone and feeling that's what everyone should see or how everyone should be seeing it. So without kindness and empathy, it can come across as rude or even aggressive. So Claire, I would leave a story. We have a story now.
Well, let's share a short story to illustrate. Imagine a town hall where every citizen is assertive. No one stays silent. No one hides their opinion. At first, the room is noisy. Voices overlap, ideas clash, but soon patterns emerge. People listen, respond, as you were saying earlier, and negotiate. Decisions may take longer, but they are fairer. No one leaves feeling ignored. Everybody leaves feeling heard. In this world, assertiveness doesn't erase conflict, it transforms it into dialogue.
Yes.
The town thrives not because everyone agrees, but because everyone is heard. And
There you
that's
go.
wonderful.
I've been at meetings when I used to work with the government, and I observed the head of the department. Somebody would be quiet throughout, and after he has heard from those who are assertive, sort of, he would say, "Let's hear from John. I haven't heard anything. Come, John, tell us your thoughts on the matter." So again, if we have an assertive leader, he would recognize that that individual is sending a message that I don't want to be heard, and he would, in an empathetic way, get that individual involved.
Yes, for example, I remember while working with the government, that's many years ago, not that I'm so old,
Come on, Claire.
I remember being at a meeting, taking notes,
All
and I
right.
wasn't part of the meeting in terms of the dialogue and so on,
Okay.
discussion-wise, but I was taking notes as a secretary, and out of the blue, I heard the leader say, "Mrs. Leo, what do you think about this?" I was like shocked.
There we go.
And so I expressed what I thought about whatever the topic was. And it felt good that you were being seen and your voice mattered. When you were speaking about the situation,
Yes.
it came to mind.
Yes.
Now we can safely conclude that while a fully assertive world would be more transparent, fair, and respectful, but it would also demand patience, empathy, as we said earlier, and compromise to balance so many strong voices.
Again, quite a number of persons, they ask the question, do you think I can be assertive? Remember, no one is born assertive. As a matter of fact, from a biblical perspective, we are born selfish.
Yes,
Our
more
own way.
biased towards doing what is wrong.
Right. It is a communication mode that can be learned. Again, I refer to my wife. I think Mr. Andre Paul said he knew you at Leclerc.
Yes,
And this girl, he told me once,
quiet.
quiet and small, petite. He never dreamt that you would be that person today.
Well, I never dreamt either.
There we go. So this is to encourage some of our listeners who might be passive, and some of our listeners who might not know where they stand as far as communication is concerned. You can always say to yourself, there are persons who were passive like myself, and they moved up to being assertive. The passive-aggressive person might think they're losing out, and the aggressive communicator, but you're not losing out, you're gaining. It's not that you're allowing people to take advantage over you. Oh no, do I look like somebody that persons take advantage over? I quietly sometimes have people to do thinking for themselves.
Yes.
When they think that I'm a soft person, that they can just walk over. I don't have to quarrel, but I can ask the right questions. Sometimes I ask a question, what do you mean by that? I don't allow people to just ask me, for example, are you a Christian? I ask, when you say Christian, what do you mean? Because I want to know that we're on the same wavelength. So many things pass for this word, so much behind it. I want to make sure, so then I can answer you in a manner that will clarify what you want to know. I will not take it for granted that I know what you want to ask me, and you're asking me in a way that says, this is what I really want to know. Because sometimes people don't say what they mean and they don't mean what they say.
Yes.
So it's always good to ask for clarification. What do you mean by that?
Yes. We have another question for you, Phil. Well, I, not we. On behalf of the listeners and viewers, do we need all these communication styles or modes of communication to make the world go round? What do you think?
Well, they're right in the world, and the world is going around with it. We We will always have passive people.
Yes.
We will always have passive aggressive people. We will always have people attempting to be assertive.
And there are some that would want to remain just the way they are, no matter how you try to persuade them that they need to become assertive.
Yes. You can take how they say it, you can take the donkey to the well, but you cannot force it to drink.
Yes, or the horse.
Yes. So the world as it is, we keep on saying, remember we are humans, especially when we get ourselves in trouble. I'm a human being. What are we saying? I have accepted that I have the capacity not to be perfect. You get me what I'm saying?
Yes, we're all human.
Right. So if we don't have passive people, that means this statement is useless.
Mm-hmm.
We are all human beings with varying types of deficiency, physically, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. And we all are hoping that there will be a resolution for us at the end of it all.
So while we all agree that all modes of communication, they do exist. They do. And maybe any one of you listening or viewing, you might be a passive person.
So you're saying you agree with me?
Yes.
Oh, Claire agrees with me.
Yes. We're saying that all four modes of communication, they do exist.
Yes.
And out of the number of listeners that are hearing us this morning, some may be passive, some may be passive-aggressive, some may be aggressive, some may be assertive. Some, the message will get to them. Some they will hear, but they will not hear. They will not listen. That's just how it is. And sometimes they play a role in human dynamics, right? As you said.
Yes.
But saying they needed to make the world go round, it's like a joke. It's more like a joke than something to take literally. Not meant to be taken seriously. In reality, the world functions best when assertiveness is the dominant style because it reduces conflict and builds healthier relationships.
Again, the world was going round and round. When we came into it, I found it moving around on its axis around the sun. And I came and I found...
How many miles an hour?
96,660 miles an hour. Yes. We found it there. We came in with our deficiencies, developed our deficiencies on the planet. I found its oceans and seas. I found its sun and moon there. I found its landscape there. So it's going to remain there long after we bow out.
That's right.
So you will find, Claire, on a very, very serious note, that if we don't get sick, what happened to our doctors? The doctors pray to God for their daily bread. I pray to God for my daily bread. Kina prays for her daily bread. How can...
So do the dentists.
Do you think we would pray, Lord, make 6 people get sick today, please? 6 accidents where people are injured. No, we don't do that. But we know we will always have the sick. We'll always have the poor.
The funeral homes.
The funeral homes. You see the irony? So we will always have passive people. Then counselors, when praying for their daily bread, God will send one to them. Remember midnight, the day you came down with your issue? We had to drive to the hospital, almost empty. And the guy says, things hard, we cannot get paid. Look, the Lord is sending the daily bread. Claire had a heart attack. Over $60,000 for a few nights at Papillon. So
I remember an incident without cutting
let me just finish. And that, Claire, if we have to sit and think about it, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It's only a sovereign creator that can put these things together for the dynamics that would keep life on planet going.
Yeah, so while I was lying on the bed at Tapio, there's this nurse that came in. And every morning she would come in. You still there? Started getting to me. So I said, okay. Next morning when she came, you still there? I said, do you know that me being here today might just pay your salary?
What's that, Claire?
And she,
Assertive or passive aggressive?
passive aggressive, unfortunately. And she said, oh, you're right, that's true. And she didn't say it the next day. So,
But it isn't really, it wasn't undermining. It's not passive aggressive, really. Because you are bringing to her attention what we're trying to help our listening audience come to grips with. And she never thought of it.
yes.
Yeah, she had your welfare
Yes.
because she knows that it's expensive. But then you responded, bringing to attention, if everyone would go at home quickly, we would like that. But what happens to your salary?
Yes. So takes a wise God, full of wisdom to put everything in place. We're sad when our family member dies, but the funeral home gets some income. How can you explain that? I mean, that's just the way it is.
There we go.
We just have to accept it.
I heard of funeral homes advertising
Yes.
on Rev-Up. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Shouldn't they? Are they saying we want people to die? No, but
When they pray,
but people must be buried.
Father, let Pastor Phil die tonight.
That would be sinful. But yet, people will die, Claire.
Yes,
That's-
it's inevitable.
That's
Yes.
what the assertive person will say and look at it from this perspective. We will die anyway. And persons are looking at ingenious ways to make it easier for us to have our dead ones interred.
Yes, because when I heard, I almost died because it was a massive heart attack. But thank God it happened on the bed in the ER. So I was saved by God's grace. After that, when I heard persons dying of the same condition as I had,
The same year.
I felt a little guilty. It's called survivor's guilt. You feel guilty. Why did I survive and why did that young person die? But I got to, I mean, I know the answer, but at the moment, it felt a little guilty for me that I was alive and this young person didn't live.
Do
So-
you want to exchange now?
No,
Okay,
when the time is right,
there we go.
it will happen.
So we are saying there are certain things we can speculate over, but if we have to really dig into it, this is what makes the world tick. It would be a very boring place if life on planet Earth was just perfect. That's where we'll be translated. We would not be able to stay here.
That's right. So when
Yes.
we emphasize on assertiveness, viewers and listeners, we can think of 4 words: clarity, respect, growth, balance. Some may debate that the world needs all kinds of communication, but the truth is, those styles may often create confusion, resentment, or conflict. Assertiveness is different. It's the balance point. And that's what we need in our lives.
I would like you, or I would appreciate it if you go over that much slower. A very, very important summary.
When we emphasize
Yes.
assertiveness
Yes.
and we speak of clarity, assertiveness prevents misunderstandings by making communication direct. When we speak of clarity, right?
Number one. Yes.
When we speak of respect, it honors both your needs and my needs
Hope we get that.
and the needs of others. When we speak of growth, it helps people break cycles of silence, resentment, and hostility. There was a time I didn't like speaking out. I preferred to remain silent. But
But
not
body
anymore.
language was saying quite a bit.
Yes. We're speaking about balance. Unlike aggression or passivity, assertiveness doesn't swing to extremes. It's the steady ground. It's
Right.
what keeps us steady.
We have a continuum, and it remains somewhere in the center there.
And it's the balance point.
Yes.
It's the balance point for us. And so I hope you're learning this morning. And I hope you're saying to yourself that I don't want to be where I am if you're the passive aggressive, or aggressive type. I
and
would
stop,
like to become
stop
assertive.
bravoing others. You call the radio stations and you bravo people. That's okay. But what's about you? You don't bravo criminals, do you? You bravo people who makes an impact on society positively, isn't it?
And some have changed their way of life. They've
Yes.
changed the way they think about situations, the way they do things.
And you admire them. You
Yes.
call the radio station, I really admire so and so and so. You can be admired. Also change the way you relate to people. We need people. We are social beings. And if you're going to enjoy your life to the fullest, trust me, you cannot enjoy that in isolation. You have to buy bread, don't you? You go to the toilet. Somebody made the toilet bowl and the sink, the kitchen utensils. So we need people. So stop living in that cocoon of thought that I don't need people. We need people. Moins besoin ou besoin moins. Si vous avez pain, moins l'argent, moins vle pain. So take this out of your mind. Assertive persons don't say, I don't need people.
Mais même si ou pas voulez acheter pain, yo ka fait, ou ni pour aller acheter
Farine?
farine.
Eh bien, farine faut pour faire pain.
Pour faire pain quand même, c'est ça?
Oui. Ou est-ce que encourager moi à courir là, mais ça, il a fait effort assez juste ça.
Oui. So it's the way we speak with honesty and respect at the same time. That's why we encourage people to be assertive, not because the other styles don't exist. We have acknowledged that they do exist. But because assertiveness helps us build trust, fairness, and healthier connections. Assertiveness isn't about erasing other styles. It's about offering a healthier alternative that makes relationships stronger and societies more just. So we're not saying they don't exist. We're not saying that's not the way you are. We're saying it's an alternative.
It's interesting thinking about it. I remember the individual who counseled us many years ago. He asked me that question, would you like me to take your wife to assertiveness, teach her how to be assertive? It sounded as a nice word to me at the time because I didn't really know too much about it. So I said, yes. Then he told me, things will get worse before it gets better. Ouch. What does that mean? Because here is somebody who was accustomed of complying, hedging, and not saying what they mean, and not meaning what they say. Claire, do you want me to paint the room blue? Yes. Do you want me to paint white? Yes. But now she's able to say, I know that you are more experienced as far as painting is concerned. So I prefer you to make that choice. Now, if I paint and when it's on the wall she doesn't like it, I'll assure her, sweetheart, I'll just paint it over. Just tell me. Okay.
Yes.
So it is something that makes people feel comfortable with each
Yes.
other.
Yes.
But remember that you might be in a situation where the counselor may ask you, do you want me to teach you to be assertive, or your spouse? Remember that that person would be moving away from total compliance to making decisions, being able to challenge what you're saying. It doesn't mean that they're rude. They're standing up for their right. So you need to understand that, and you need to be assertive. So if you cannot just have a passive wife and say, oh, I want my wife to be assertive, and you're passive-aggressive. That is confusion, a whole world of confusion. So it is good that if you're getting married, you're getting hitched, you're in a relationship, that both of you learn to be assertive.
Yes.
Well, Claire,
Well, I've heard that phrase so often. It will get worse before it gets better. It seems like for everything. Like I'm going to see the chiropractor right now because I'm having back pain and leg pain, and it seemed to be getting worse.
and didn't he say that to you?
Yes, before it gets better.
He said the same thing to me many years ago.
And the same with communication
Yes.
and being assertive. If you're accustomed of somebody being aggressive or passive aggressive or even passive, and they're learning to become assertive, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
You might even get talk because you're going to see Dr. Phil now. You want to come and talk to me in that way. What kind of thing is that?
So we're telling you as it is.
Yes.
Yes. So maybe you can take us through some metaphors, Phil. Right up your alley, music metaphor.
All right. Communication is like playing in a band. Passive communication is staying silent. You playing the saxophone and you silent. Ou quand jouer sax là, écho en silence, ça va faire science. A band is a group of people playing together and each making their contribution. Again, aggressive communication is like blasting too loud, drowning everyone else out. I remember good musicians like Boo Hinkson and others, they would always tell you, playing loud does not mean that you're playing good music. You need to make sure that you can hear the other players. If you can only hear yourself, you're not playing as a team. So the aggressive communication is blasting too loud, drowning everyone else out. Passive-aggressive communication is playing off-key on purpose, confusing the harmony. Assertiveness is keeping rhythm and melody and pitch, tone, loudness and softness in balance. Strong enough to be heard, gentle enough to blend. That's how the music works, and that's how assertive communication should work.
Yes. Now we can also use a cooking metaphor. Think of communication like cooking. Passive communication is leaving the pot empty. Nothing gets served. Aggressive communication is throwing in too much spice. It burns the tongue. Passive-aggressive communication is sneaking in bitter ingredients without telling anyone.
I like that.
Assertiveness?
It really says it.
Yes.
These metaphors.
Assertiveness is seasoning just right. Using enough seasoning, enough flavor to be noticed, but balanced so everyone enjoys the meal.
Clay, share that again, because people can relate to cooking.
So the chefs and mothers and fathers and children out there who in the kitchen right now.
Yes.
Think of communication like cooking. Passive communication is leaving the pot empty. Nothing gets served.
There we go.
Aggressive communication is throwing in too much seasoning or spice and it burns the tongue. Passive-aggressive communication is sneaking in bitter ingredients without telling anyone. But assertiveness is seasoning just right. Enough flavor to be noticed, but balanced so everyone enjoys the meal.
Going back to Jesus' meaning of assertiveness. Love your neighbor as yourself. Wow.
Yeah.
So folks,
now we can't leave out the sports metaphor. We have a sports metaphor.
Can we end there on the sports so that we can go to the lines?
We can.
Yes.
Communication is like a football game. Passive communication is never kicking the ball. Of course, you stall the game if you're just standing there and not kicking the ball. Aggressive communication is hogging the ball and shoving others aside. Passive-aggressive communication is pretending to pass but sabotaging the play. But assertive is teamwork, passing clearly, playing fair, and moving towards the goal together.
There we go. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes. So we are wrapping up this session, folks. We've explored what the world might look like if everyone were assertive, the clarity, the fairness, but also the challenges of too many voices at once. The lesson is simple. Assertiveness isn't about being loud, aggressive, or always right. It's about speaking with honesty and respect, balancing courage with compassion. Other styles of communication may show up in your daily life, but they often leave us misunderstood or disconnected. Assertiveness, on the other hand, is the middle ground, the steady path, the steering wheel that keeps us moving forward together. So as you go into this weekend and the next week, ask yourself, where can I let my yes be yes or my no be no? Where can I speak with truth, with love? Because when we practice assertiveness, we don't just make the world go round, we make it a place of dignity, fairness, and deeper connection.
There we go, folks. And it was good that you can communicate with us and say to us, we appreciate this program because it's helping us practically in our daily lives. Remember, Claire and I, we are a work in progress. Mm-hmm. We are putting what we're sharing with you into practice. I love to communicate assertively. I love people to know what I mean, and I love to mean what I say. If I am not too familiar with a subject, I will tell my wife clearly, I'm not familiar with that. Can you help me? I'm not afraid to ask my wife for guidance. When she does something, she asks me to look at it. And sometimes, Claire, this is wonderful. I don't have to correct it. I don't have to add anything to it. This is how it's supposed to be. But a passive aggressor would always seek to undermine somewhere, somehow. But you're okay, and I'm okay. This is so wonderful just to say it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when the listeners call in and they say what stood out for them, they can also think of the question I asked earlier. Think of a situation this past week where you chose to be assertive. If you would like to answer it, it's up to you.
There we go. We turn over to Kina to help us out with our listening audience.
So it's about the time, ladies and gentlemen. Now time for you to call. Let us know what stood out for you on today's program. I think this is a culmination of the different forms of being assertive, and we dealt with passive, aggressive, and so many other communication styles before, and today was the culmination of that. And I think for me, what stood out, the numbers you got to call before I say what stood out for me. The number is WhatsApp 2870971. That number again, 2870971. The studio line is 5729710. And whilst we're waiting for you to call, empathy in being assertive stood out for me the most. Okay. In all of it, because it is the secret ingredient in being assertive. So for me, that really, really stood out, because assertiveness without empathy will be harsh. Mm-hmm. You will not take the other person's feelings into consideration. But when you add kindness and understanding and you guide your words, and assertive becomes better.
Yes.
And remember, it's easy. Empathy, seeing it through the eyes of another, walking in another's shoes. Don't forget that.
Yes.
And even if you've had the same experience as somebody else, they may interpret it differently to you. So you still have to empathize.
Yes, see it from their perspective.
Yes.
Yes, call us quickly.
The numbers to call, 2870971, studio line 5729710. 5729710. Or you could, Iphigenia actually already touched base on our WhatsApp platform. So good morning to Iphigenia, and Gigi also reached out. She's enjoying the program as well. So thank you so much, guys, for touching base with us. Thank you so much. We have a call.
Good morning.
Good
afternoon, that is.
Good afternoon.
Larissa and Kina.
Good morning.
I just want to first thank you guys. Amazing program, and I just hope it keep on going forever.
Okay.
What stood out with me, communication. Communication is not like a band. We need to play together. So pretty much what I get, and I've been really trying, is listen and not just hey. So communication. So that's what's
well, the listening aspect. We were dealing with the different modes of communication, that is.
Yes,
but the listening aspect will come as a program by itself, because this one is deep.
Okay. Yes, I know.
Right. So
You know,
we hope
but
that
the communication, the whole thing, the whole way you explain it,
yes,
that stood out with me.
beautiful. Thanks for calling.
Thank you
Thank
so
Appreciate
much.
Thank you
you.
so much for
Thank
calling.
you.
I'm going to take your name down so that goes into a box.
Don't forget,
Thank you so
folks, that at the end of the day, we have $200 coming up, and for Christmas, 500 big ones. And what's going to happen? The last person for this month, their name will automatically go into the Christmas box. The person who gets it.
We have another call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good
Sorry.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sorry. Well, what stood out for me in the program that you will not find everybody as the same. You'll find passive aggressive. You'll find aggressive people. So if we have to, Ella have to be assertive, we'll be like little Jesus is. So just have to try to be assertive for yourself. That's what stood out for
Well,
me.
being a little Jesus is not bad, is it?
No.
Yes, it's just that, like he said, that you will always have the power with you. And we will always have
Yes.
other types of communication styles. And that brought out the best from me. I married a passive woman, and then this was not working out well. It's not good that people are passive. People need to enjoy their life to the fullest like anybody else. So it was good helping somebody out and being patient and learning myself. So I hope that you don't marry a passive man.
No.
You're sure about
He'll
that?
shut me down. He'll shut me out. I will not speak. And he'll wonder what's going on with his wife, but I will not say anything.
Oh, I see. All right, thanks for calling.
Thank you
Okay,
so much for
thank-
calling.
Yes.
The number is to call again, 572-9710, 572-9710, the studio line, WhatsApp 287-0971. And if you're not able to call, I know most of you are at work. That's okay. You could send us a WhatsApp message to our platform as well. Someone just sent a message on WhatsApp, our platform, and it reads, a great topic today. As usual, I listen and take and use it in my daily life. Thanks again for a great topic.
Beautiful. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Yes. That name goes in the box.
Yes,
right?
I'm putting
Yeah.
the person's name in the box. If you can, well, what you have on WhatsApp, it's not your real name. So the individual who just chimed in on our WhatsApp platform, can you send me your name, please? Send it to me. Thank you so much. We have another call. Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Kina. Good afternoon,
Good
Dr.
afternoon.
Phil. Good afternoon, Claire.
Good afternoon.
Before you contribute, are you into gardening?
No,
Oh. What part of the country do you live?
I live Ravin Shabbat.
Ravin Shabbat. If you know anybody with the purple sugar apple, please get me a plant. I don't even know why I'm asking you.
Oh, last week I heard somebody was talking about sugar apple. Alex.
Yeah, the purple.
He said he has, so I'll ask him if he has.
The purple. All right. Thank you. Now talk to me.
Okay, thanks for accepting my call.
Yes.
Dr. Phil,
Yes.
an assertive person, it has to be both in words and in action,
Yes, because
to be an assertive person.
words, tone of voice,
Body language.
and body language. Yeah. Well, not to be, but would say that you are.
Mhm.
If your
Oh.
words, your tone of voice, and your body language are saying the same thing, it would indicate that you're communicating assertively. But if
Because I want to give somebody else the line.
Yes.
Because I was trying, I can say, well, I'm not that assertive person. I will say I'm what you call passive aggressive.
Mhm.
Yeah. And by listening to your program, I'm trying to be assertive. But with my words and my action, it is causing a little problem. So I don't know what to do there, whether to only use my words or just use my action.
What
Okay,
to
I'll
do
somebody else
is
like-
to do exactly what you're doing. Listen to the healing process as we journey on the assertive communication mode. And you will learn, I think, probably in the next session.
You speak about listening.
Yes, listening and statements that assertive persons don't make or hardly make. Okay, sir? So thanks for calling. And
But it's good that he's trying.
yes, it's
Bravo
good.
to you that you're trying.
Right.
Yes.
And he's honest. He knows persons are listening, and he's telling you exactly where he's at. Yeah.
The numbers to call again, 572-9710. Studio line, WhatsApp 2870971. And I love the metaphoric ways that you put it in earlier as well. First of all, using musical instruments, and in
Yes.
there you spoke that someone else is calling. Good afternoon. Hi, Curlin.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Hi.
Colin, how are you taking so much time to call me? What's that?
I'm sorry. I'm a little busy today.
If you're a little busy today, why should you start by saying you're sorry? Dr. Phil, I was busy today. That's why I didn't call you, my darling. Say that.
Dr. Phil, I am a little busy today, so I was unable to call you earlier.
Oh, you're missing something.
You're missing something.
What am I missing? I'm sorry.
My darling.
Oh, my darling.
See, I'm teaching you to be assertive. Don't you appreciate Dr. Phil and Claire?
Yes, I do.
Yes, we never, I saw your photographs. We love you. And we would like you to be assertive. So if you're busy, we couldn't see that and we didn't know that. And
Yes.
you have to do your work, right? So you just say that I was busy.
I am learning.
Yes.
Beautiful. And that's what we want, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
What stood out for me today is silence keeps you invisible.
Ah, there we go. There we go. And you didn't keep silent. You said I was busy.
Yes.
Very good.
I need to ask a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What about that little voice in your head of guilt after you stand up for yourself? Is that healthy, or I'll listen over the radio?
Okay.
Thank you.
It says, it is saying to us that you are passive because the little voice you hear in your head is as a result of fear. I'm afraid that I might say the wrong thing. I'm afraid that people might look down on me for speaking up. So the little voice is the voice of fear, and sometimes the fear is not as big as the reality, okay? All right.
I took note of it. It's a good topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we're dealing with fear, we will touch on that. It's wonderful. This is what we want being on. Counseling is an expensive thing. And if people can call in, and the little problem, because you cannot get counseled over the air, it would violate the principles associated with counseling or the ethics. But like in her case,
Guilt.
yes. You can, this is the opportunity for, instead of going and see a counselor, for him or her to tell you it's as a result of fear. But,
You're getting it free.
yes, there we go.
Someone chimed in two individuals chimed in on our WhatsApp platform, and it reads, I'm an assertive person. I speak up for myself without fear. I say yes when they mean when I mean yes,
Beautiful.
and no when I mean no. I express my feelings directly. I feel, I need. I set boundaries without guilt. And thank you so much for your work.
Good
So
stuff.
that's one
Good
individual
stuff.
that chimed in, and someone else says, Good morning, Kina, Doc, and beautiful wife. Thankful Thursday.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. I think we're almost out of time. Or
Yeah.
we are out of time.
Smack down in the middle. No. Yes.
Mr. Andre Paul gave bonuses today to our predecessors.
Oh my goodness.
I hope he's listening.
Okay.
You want a bonus as well?
Just to wrap up. you
Okay.
can-
Yeah,
yes,
wrap up.
we
Go
wrap
ahead.
up. Now the time is gone.
Remember I said earlier, as you go into this weekend and the next week, ask yourself, when, where can I let my yes be yes and my no be no? So when you're about to say, excuse me, when you're about to say yes, when you mean no, just remember what you heard on the healing process and try to change it. If you're about to say no when you mean yes, remember the little voice of Dr. Phil and Claire and Kina, and say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no.
Especially in our sex life.
Trust the men. Trust the men. Kina.
Trust.
Yes.
So
You
guys,
just had to put that one in there, huh?
So guys, until next time, be on the lookout for opportunities to display assertive behavior. God bless.
It's time to say bye-bye for now.
This has been the Healing Process brought with Dr. Phil, and Clarissa right here on Rev-Up St. Lucia and 5.9 FM.
Have you noticed behavioral changes in self and loved ones that trouble you? You're losing your mind, but it just wouldn't go away. Well, join Dr. Phil, clinical counselor, and his beloved Clarissa, counseling psychologist, on The Healing Process every Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Rev-Up St. Lucia 95.9 FM. That's The Healing Process, Thursdays, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Rev-Up St. Lucia 95.9 FM. Let the healing process begin.
Sometimes the world feels uncertain, doesn't it? However, one truth remains. Jesus is still unprecedented. Join me, Pastor Dr. Phil Lay of Beacon of Hope Ministry, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. on Rev-Up St. Lucia 95.9 FM for the unprecedented Jesus. Each week, discover timeless truths, deep spiritual insight, and messages of spiritual healing, breakthrough, and unwavering hope. This isn't just another broadcast. Hey, it's an encounter, one that invites you to see the unprecedented Jesus as never before. Limitless, life-changing, and always near. Just to make sure you got it, the unprecedented Jesus, every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Rev-Up St. Lucia, 95.9 FM.
The Grapevine presents For the Love of Country on